ACTV is proud to be associated with Go Global Realty.
The Marikina watershed, 28,000 hectares of real estate located some 20 kilometers northeast of Quezon City. Straddling the foothills of the Sierra Madre mountain range, the area is host to one of the last remaining forestal lands nearest to Metro Manila. The Marikina watershed is a valuable natural resource, more valuable perhaps than any of the man-made wealth that has made Metro Manila the great city that it is. For without the watershed's forest cover serving as air filter for the lungs of the metropolis, Metro Manila would be gone, suffocated by smog emanating from its vehicles and industries. Without the watershed acting as catchment for runoff during torrential rains, Metro Manila would drown if it does not die first of thirst. The loss of forest cover in the watershed, down to just 30% at present, is drying up the waterbeds that feed the city's reservoirs. The Marikina watershed, indeed, is key to life in the metropolis. But if the rate of deforestation currently plaguing it continues, it could ultimately lead to the death of the city as we know it. A number of conservation groups have initiated steps to stop the destruction of the Marikina watershed. One of these is a group called SERVE Incorporated, an NGO that advocates socially and ecologically responsible and viable endeavors.
Gusto ko magtanim. Gusto ko lang magtanim. Kasi siguro nung bata ako, binanay ko yung mga 12 years old ako, sinasabi niya, anak, pagtanda mo. Tinuturo niya yung antipolo. Kung may magagawa ka para maibalik ang ganda ng antipolo niya. Para magtanim ka, gawin mo. So, hindi ko naiintindihan.
Since 1992, SERVE Incorporated and its sister NGO, TRUE, which is short for Terra Resources for Upland Environmental Development, have been actively reforesting a 934-hectare site at Mount Puro in Barangay Calawis, Antipolo City. The site is part of the Marikina Watershed Reservation. To date, SERVE Incorporated has already planted Mount Puro with some 700,000 tree seedlings. It has done this and more. It has initiated programs that provide alternative livelihood to communities of people that have made Mount Puro and Barangay Calawis their home and source of sustenance. These include the Dumagats, a group of people indigenous to the Sierra Madre mountain range, and migrant upland farmers. For more than saving trees, SERVE Incorporated believes in saving the people. This conviction springs from the early realization of Toto and Babes Malvar, the husband and wife team who are SERVE's prime movers. That key to saving the Marikina watershed in general, and Mount Puro in particular, is helping uplift the quality of lives of some 3,000 families living in the area. Specifically, this means providing them with alternative livelihood pursuits that would wean the people away from illegal logging, kaingin farming, charcoal making, and other environmentally destructive practices. These pursuits, in effect, have made communities in and around the Mount Puro area able and willing partners and SERVE Incorporated's basic advocacy of environmental conservation. Thus was born SERV's modest program for social relief, rehabilitation, and recovery for the Dumagat and other upland communities in and around Mount Puro. The program is basically a response to the hard realities confronting the communities who live there. The program is anchored on a strategy that not only empowers and mobilizes forest communities, but also encourages residents, particularly of Metro Manila, and other parties who have a stake in the conservation of the Marikina watershed to help in an effort that would ultimately redound to their benefit in terms of a safer and cleaner metropolis to live and work in.
Meron kaming programa dito, ang pangalan Alamin, Damdamin, Kumilos, Tumaya. Itong programang ito ay para sa Metro Manila, mga tao doon, lalong-lalo na yung mga bata, na mga estudyante, na makapunta sila dito sa kabundukan para malaman nila kung anong sitwasyon sa kabundukan.
Hello, this is Keith Evans at the Lion Habitat Ranch. We'd like you to come out and visit our ranch. There's 38 lions, a giraffe that paints, ostriches, emus, and birds. We do school tours, general admission, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and behind-the-scenes tours every day of the week. Besides coming in as general admission, you can also pay extra to help our animals, and you can feed the giraffe. You can feed one of the lions, or you can have Ozzy paint a custom canvas for you. You can also buy Ozzy paintings in the gift shop. While we do our demonstrations at 12 and 2 of Ozzy painting, all those canvases are available for purchase. In addition to everything you can do here in person, you can find us on the website, lionhabitatranch.org, where you can make your reservations online or buy your paintings online. Thank you very much. Please come.
SERV Incorporated advocates a 4-point action program. The first of these is Alamin, whereby participants visit and have fun in a nature camp located inside the Mount Puro Conservation Site. Here, they can also get an overview of the project's objectives and eat a hearty Filipino meal. The second program component is Damdamin, whereby participants get an up-close and personal chance to meet a Mount Puro resident family, share a meal with them, talk, and do things together.
Gusto naming yung mga taga-Manila, maintindihan yung mga taga-kabundukan. Malaman nila ang sitwasyon, maramdaman nila ang sitwasyon. Pagkatapos sila maintindihan at maramdaman yung sitwasyon, tiyak kikilos ka. Walang pupuntahan yun. Pag naintindihan mo at naramdaman mo sa puso mo, siguradong kikilos ka. Kung taga Manila ka, ang pagkilos mo dyan, nakikita mo maraming tao may sakit, na hindi man lang umaabot sa ospital at namamatay. Maghahanap ka ng doktor, maghahanap ka ng gamot, maghahanap ka ng kasama mo para gagastusan yung doktor at saka yung gamot.
We witnessed the third phase, Kumilos, in action when a group of medical student volunteers visited Calawis to provide free medical and dental services.
Galing po kami ng UP Dalaman. Part po kami ng isang organization, UP Ictus in Christ Trust for University Students. Isa po sa mga activity namin, maggagawa ganito po, medical and dental mission. Ganitong med mission. We believe na para sa amin, malaking bagay na sa kanila yun. So siguro yung konti na masishare namin sa kanila, parang fulfilling na sa amin, especially na hindi pa naman kami mga professionals, we're only students and we do service like this. At saka trust din namin sa organization yun, parang helping others, especially those in these isolated communities.
And the final component of SERVE Incorporated's intervention program is Tumaya, whereby participants get to sponsor livelihood projects that generate sustained livelihood and earn a reasonable return on investment for cooperator-investor participation. We asked Mr. Val Araneta, president of RCBC and a SERVE Incorporated trustee, about the virtues of the Tumaya program.
One of the growth areas is agriculture in the rural areas. It's an attractive, I guess, sideline, especially for families with some savings to diversify. So it's a good investment, and it's also as I said, a reality check that it's not good to be developing out of balance, that families in the urban areas must have still maintain that connection to the basic communities.
SERVE Incorporated has developed a portion of the conservation site into a nature camp, complete with cottages, watercourses, and promenades, perfect for nature tripping and meditation.
This is part of the site that we're developing for the youth camp. So the children will come here, and our target market is usually from ages 8 to 12, 16 to 20, and 21 to 25. And we have different activities designed for the camps for them. So they'll have appreciation of nature, at the same time for building of character development and physical activities that will strengthen their character and away from the virtual reality.
The camp was built and is being maintained by Barangay Calawis and Mount Puro residents using materials found in the area. The camp has facilities that also make it perfect for activities that aid in redirecting the youth away from self-destructive pursuits and towards developing their leadership potentials. One of SERVE's main thrusts towards this end is to encourage schools to bring their students to the Mount Puro Nature Camp, where they can engage in experiential leadership training seminars while communing with nature.
Right now we are coordinating with different schools like Ateneo, Woodrose, Southridge, and we're still Assumption, and we're still but eventually what we really want is also to bring the camps to public schools, so they'll be able to also have activities immersing the two together.
All these while saving the Marikina watershed and contributing to the upliftment of the lives of communities residing in it.
For those families who would like a structured program, then we can have that. But for those who just want to stay during the weekend or magbakasyon dito, they can also do that. And then they can also interact with the people in the community. Kasi this is a place where they can have that opportunity to experience the lives of simple folks.
Well, it is a place for families. Para kung may mga samaan ng loob ng tatay at nanay, ng tatay sa anak, ng nanay sa anak, nahihimay dito. Isang lugar ang sasabihin sa'yo ng anak mo, hindi, Papa, bili mo ko ito. Pero isang lugar na sabihin ng anak mo, Papa, laro tayo, akit tayo sa bundok, ligo tayo sa ilog. Ibang klase. At saka talagang lumalalim ang samahan. At hindi lang yon, masaya kayo sa pamilya nyo. Paglabas nyo sa komunidad na mga simpleng tao at mga dumagat, ibang saya ang darating sa inyo. Hindi yung nabibiling saya, pero yung saya ang subok na matibay, subok na matatag.
Somewhere south, the heart dances to a primitive, pulsating rhythm. The beat is muted, not quite heavy in the gut-drilling bass, yet the body responds in an entranced motion. The mind takes delight in it, just how a new, inviting sound sets one's soul on fire and beckons the body to move. Here comes the union of mind, body, and heart in rhythm. And then the fruits of labor, love, and loyalty come into sight. There are no dancing on the streets with elaborate masks and choreographed movements. Neither are there statues of Catholic saints hiked up on grandiose, flower-laden tricycle floats. Just simple street and fluvial parades, with the fruits of every Sigmahanon labor on display. It is a parade of offering to fellow Sigmahanons. The stage in the plaza reclaims its old glory. The show is where it should belong, and everybody takes part in it. The central metaphor or icon for the Hilohanay spirit is the payag, or a hut made out of dried nipa and bamboo. Payags dot the plaza's vicinity, all representing various barangays or villages, and the socio-educational institutions in the town of Sigma. Every payag displayed in the town plaza is a collaboration of the village folk, each painstakingly made. Local non-government units and institutions also build their own payags. Located in the heart of Panay Island in the western Visayas region, Sigma has established itself at the forefront of cultural progress. While the rest of the region held festivals in honor of their patron saints, Sigma takes things up a notch and asserts its municipal identity through its cultural development program. This isn't just a mosaic of color and dance. It is something every Sigmahanon takes into heart. The very essence of Hilohanay is instilled in the daily toil of the farmer, the fisherman, the vendor, and even in the innocent tenacity of a child. Here in Sigma's Hilohanay Festival, every person takes part in the festivity. Like the Tagalog's bayanihan, Hilohanay means unity in labor, unconditional love, and sharing. Every activity in the week-long festival manifests Hilohanay. Hilohanay, as the Sigmahanons would proudly say, is not just confined to the festival. Rather, the festival is a culmination of their daily activities. Al Tesoro, chairperson of the Sigmahanon Foundation for the Culture and the Arts, lets us take a sneak peek into the Sigmahanon's life as it is intertwined with artistic expression and development in the spirit of Hilohanay.
The people then practiced Hilohanay in governance. That's their contribution in local governance. Although Hilohanay is a term that connotes sharing, helping one another, because there was a practice then that when a farmer needs help to plow his rice field, he would just hoist a white cloth and the farmers of the nearby farms would help him. And again, that's Hilohanay.
The Hanay Festival began 17 years ago as a theme of the town's annual celebration of the Feast of St. John the Baptist, the town's patron saint. With a development-oriented municipal government and participative townsfolk, the one-time theme evolved into a celebration of the values every Sigmahanon lives by. It has been local superstition that ever since the Hilo Hanay Festival was institutionalized, the heavens bless Sigma with good weather, in spite of the celebration being held in the middle of the rainy season. The next day, payags from all Sigma villages, local institutions, and non-government organizations are planted around the plaza. The payags are homes, stalls, lounges, and works of art, all at the same time. Simultaneously, the Duwag Hilo Hanay takes place, from the Poblacion Sur side of the river up until the town plaza. The Duwag Hilo Hanay is the cultural parade, where every barangay displays its best crops, livestock, and various trade products. It is also a means of offering, a prologue to a communal feast later that day. Catfish, coconut, rice stalks, chicken, and sugar canes are displayed in the carrozas, traversing the streets of Sigma, beckoning every onlooker to take part in the feast, whether a friend or a stranger. The villagers prepare food in their respective payags, grilled, fried, sautéed with coconut milk, with oil, with water. The catfish cooked in coconut milk with cassava leaves is a Sigmahanon delicacy. While being cooked, it teases one's sense of smell and taste like flavorful foreplay with tender hints of pleasure and pain. Once served, a flurry of flavors sates the hunger hollow created by the teasing aroma. Bitter from the cassava leaves and the fish's innards. Remnants of sweetness from the coconut milk that soured as it was heated, and salty from the ingredients sprinkled all over. And then the finished products are offered to every payag, including the plaza stage. After the feast, the townsfolk take a quick siesta before they, along with flocks of Sigma's youth, gather by the whitewashed walls by the riverbank with their acrylic paint and paddle brushes. The mural contest shows the youth's artistic capabilities and their keen insight on how the Hilo Hanay spirit permeates their lives and their surroundings. While the youth revel in the splatter of color, the elders gather in the town plaza. The Composo, or the folk song contest, is an annual competition among various barangay representatives. Each representative composes his or her own song. The themes vary from epic narratives of Sigmahanon history to idyllic ballads of everyday life. Later that night is another cause for revelry. For a town very much in touch with its artistic sensibilities, an eye for beauty is a given in every Sigmahanon. Lovely young lasses aren't just the pride of the eye of the beholder, they are also the pride of the social conscience of the town. The Linay It Sigma, or the Maiden of Sigma contest, is not just a beauty contest where ladies of Sigma parade in their most beauteous state. Every contestant has a mission: to be a role model for every Sigmahanon youth, to represent Sigma and invite everyone to partake in the Hilo Hanay spirit. And just like the previous night, people gaily dance and mingle with one another in the town plaza. The next morning greets the town with tales written by locals. Sigmahanons gather around prodigious children who have drawn illustrations of their stories and are regaling their townsfolk with lively narrations. After the storytelling contest, the townsfolk view yet another parade. The Pailig Itlantay by the Mambusao River is similar to the street parade the day before. But the final float reveals the icon of St. John the Baptist, the town's patron saint. Here, culture and religion intertwine. One of Sigma's greatest pride is the Dagway Simahanon Theater Guild. It is composed of young adults and adolescents, with ages ranging from 11 to 22. Most are Sigma natives, but there are some from the neighboring towns of Dao and Ibisan, even a few from Rojas City, the provincial capital. The children come from all walks of life, from the humble farmer's son to the Catholic school colegiala. But when they take the stage, they all leave the audience spellbound. The Dagway performs later on that evening. Their song, dance, comedy, and drama, the combination of the profane and the sacred, is a delight to watch on stage. There's also a special participation from the elderly ladies of the town and the chorale group of a university from the neighboring province. And the beat of the bamboo percussionist keeps every foot tapping. The next day is Saturday. After a long week of revelry, the townsfolk gather in the parish of St. John the Baptist for an early morning mass. They offer their profuse thanksgiving and the silent pleas of their hearts.
This has been a presentation of VATV.